So today I'm going to be fitting some forged wheels to my 2016 S1000XR. You can see already I got the wheels off. Um, I just came back from a track day, so I still have my slicks on it, so I haven't taken those off. I'm going to be reusing the rear rotor, so I haven't decided to buy a new one yet because I'm going to be using similar brake pads and should be similar positions, so I'm just going to keep on switching back and forth as I need the rear rotor. So for the front, I'm going to be changing over to a fully floating rotor. So you can see the original cast wheels have basically a fixed rotor. They're semi-floating, but they're more or less fixed. So I want to get something a little bit more performance orientated. So I've chosen to go with the Brembo full floaters. Let me open up the box here. Everyone can have a see. So I got these from Omnia Racing. It's the first time I purchased them. They were very, very quick. I've had these for months since I've ordered the wheels. So you can see here, they should look really nice. Gold center area on it. So these are a little bit thicker as well. These are 6mm wide. So hopefully everything fits up right, and we'll get these installed. And I'm looking forward to see what the performance is like compared to the original rotors. For pads, I'll show you here. I'm gonna go along with these EBC sintered brake pads. So here's the model number here. So these ones are don't have quite as much bite, but they're more for mid brake and end of the braking section to give you the most grip. So they're not initial bite, but so they're more of a progressive pad. So I'm looking forward to try these out. So my plan is to have these set of pads specifically for these rotors, and then I have the double H sintered as well for just for road use. And so along with the rotors, I got some other parts as well. I got a front ABS rotor for the forged wheels. Here's the part number here if you are interested. This is an interesting piece. It wasn't cheap. So here's the part number. This is actually an adapter plate. I'll open it up. Sorry for the light. So there's an adapter plate here. So this adapter relocates for the bigger ABS a ring. So you can see it's quite a bit larger than stock. So with the forged wheels, it's a wider position. So luckily, the S1000XR actually has an OEM forged wheel. So what you need, there's a bracket, which I showed you before, the model number, is you put this bracket in. I think it's something like this. I'll show you after anyway. So it repositions the sensor from here to here. So we'll go through that after anyway, when we start installing this adapter. And as well, I got some screws for the front rotors. So I'm going to use the original OEM screws. And I got a rear ABS sensor bracket as well for the rear tire, so I'm not switching that back and forth. And these are the screws for both adapter plates. So there's some M5 screws. I believe these two screws here are for the front adapter. So let's go with that. And this is an additional screw you need for the relocation of the sensor for the front wheel. I'll zoom up again on these are the two screws they need for the adapter plate. You missed it. So yeah, so I got all this stuff. So it's basically almost got two sets of wheels. So if I'm at the track, you mean switch to a wet tire or leave my road tires on, and it saves a lot of time from changing the tires all the time. So you can see here I've got my setup that maybe I can show you later how I change my tires here at my place. So anyways, it's a bit of work, but it'd be nice to get some forged wheels to see the performance difference from the cast. So I'm interested too is the way, see what the difference is when they arrive, and then we'll weigh them up. What do we got here? Yeah. That's sick. Very nice. Drive there. Some bolts. So we got the front wheel here. Let's check it out. Install the rotors. Make sure the screws line up. Looks good. So I'm going to use the BMW screws. I'm just going to check the threads first. Make sure everything looks cool. Yeah. So torque these down to 24 newton meters or 17 foot-pounds. Just going to go around. So then put a stop in there so it doesn't rotate around. So just go across corner. Get it nice and even, nice and flush. So next step I'm going to do is install the ABS ring here. So I'm going to go like so. So these little guys are about 35. Switch around and do the other side the next step. Unfortunately, which seems like the case with Titax, is you don't get everything you ask for. So anyways, I still got to buy some tire valves. So in Korea, it's not too easy, and so it's going to take a bit of homework to try and get those as soon as possible. So we'll see. All right, I'm just checking the balance of the rear tire to see where the the heavy spot is. So I've got it here on the balancer, static balancer. So let's see. Here at the valve stem is the heaviest spot. It looks to be. Okay, so we know definitely that's going to be the heaviest area of the tire that we should install it on. So some of the tires got them marked, some don't. So anyways, we'll check it out and try and get it as close as possible when we install the tires. So we know the valve is definitely the heaviest. Okay, so this is how I changed the tires at my place. Last winter, I had someone help fabricate up this tire changer. I gotta fix some welds up, but don't look too close. So anyways, we'll go through this and I'll show you basically how it works. So before all the track days, I always change all the tires myself and prepare the bike. So I got there's a little working space that I work in here. In Korea, it's hard to find space to work, but this is what I'm working with here in this area. A couple tire stains from D-Moto. I've been pretty happy with those. And so I got my tire changer here. It's got some simple tire forks that I use. And then I use the Nomar tire loop, just a little bit, with a little paintbrush here to apply it. And forgive me if I'm wrong, I can't remember exactly the name of this, but it helps when you're installing to hold the tire in place. So, you can find these on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. Okay, so I just put this little bushing in here, helps locate it more in the center. So I'm gonna install the used track tire. So I can't even see the heavy mark on it. It's pretty much worn off. So I'm just gonna use these for now. I'm gonna get a couple rides out of it before the season ends. So I'm just gonna use these tires up. They're not the best for the road, but once they warm up a little bit, they'll be all right. This is a 190. So I also have a 200. This is what I used on my last track day. Here's the front tire. I'm still working on some issues with these spacers that I received from Titax. So I made some I don't know if you can see it. I made some temporary spacers. So I'm just waiting for him to refabricate some new ones and send them off to me. So probably next week before we can start looking at the front tire. But in the meantime, let's get the back installed. So I'm going to use this marker here as this is where the old valve marker when I put it on the old tire. So I believe this is the heaviest spot here. So I'm going to use that as my guide. And then we got the valve over here. So make sure we install it right. So I start off, put just a little bit of lube on this side here. Just a little bit. Don't need too much. Okay, so the valve marker was around here. Just put it like that. So you slip it over, like so. Okay, so we got the tire on here. Put this like so. Put it in. Lock it down. So you want to get this side up, this side down. You're gonna walk it down as much as you can all the way around. All the way around to here. Something like that. Okay. So let's bring it around. That. Switch over here. There we go. Nice and easy. Take off this thingamajiggy. Loosen that up. Usually push the tire down. Make sure it doesn't fall. We don't want to scratch this brand new wheel here. There we go. Nice and up. Nice and easy. Okay, that's that. Fire up the compressor. So get some air filled up. Just keep this in a safe spot. We don't lose it. It's so much lighter than the original tires. You can just feel it. The rear's a lot lighter. The front, I would say the wheel's a lot lighter, but once you add these full floater rotors, the weight savings kind of evens itself out. So, I mean, it's probably in the front's not a huge gain, but the back is a massive gain from stock. Basic wheel weights. So these are half ounce weights, and then also have some quarter as well. So if you want to, you can spend time and move the tire around, but I'm not going to put these tires on that long. They're just kind of try them out. So I'm not going to be doing too much heavy riding. So let's start off with 2. Let's see what happens. Like so. Probably, I don't know what, I guess this area of the tire is pretty good. But we'll stick them in the center for now. So you go to the height, I'll rotate around here. So I just go to the heaviest or the lightest spot. Stick them on like so. Let's see what happens. Oh, pretty damn close. Okay, so we got the wheel all mounted up. So you can see I just needed 1/2 ounce weight, and worked out pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. So this side here is pretty good. Move it to the other side. So that's pretty good. So I'll leave it there. I'm not going to bother duct taping it for the track because I'm just going to use it for a little bit for these tires and then probably take them off for the winter. So we'll leave them like that and move on to the front tire. So yeah, I really enjoyed this tire changer. So before we move on, it's got here's like a shovel. Right now it's set for the rear tire. I can move it down here for the front and then rear like this. So you put it on like so, and then obviously I'm not taking this off yet, but if I would, I'd let all the air out, and then yeah, you just come down and you push down here like this, and then walk it around, and then yeah, that comes off nice and easy. So I really enjoyed using this. It's handy to have, and in my area it's kind of difficult, or you mean they get the tires changed by someone else all the time. So I really love having this at my place with a little compressor, and saves a lot of time and definitely a lot of money. So okay, so next step, let's check the balance of this wheel here. Okay, so now I'm going to install the front ABS bracket, the sensor. So there's a couple screws here. Get it installed. Like so. Okay, so once you get the screws on the inside done, there's 2 screws in this. So you gotta get the screw here to attach this main bracket. Install that there. Then you get the sensor, put it in the hole, and then this original screw that you can reuse from the original position. Tighten those down. This one's down. So that's it. So when you reassemble the wheels, this goes back to the screw position here. You can put a tie wrap here, but I don't think you're going to really need it. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's it. So now just reassemble the wheels as normal. So I don't know if you guys are interested. I could probably do a video on that, but it's pretty standard install on the front here as well as the rear. So anyway, if you guys are interested, I can do a video on that in the future. If just put a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to do a video on wheel installs. So anyhow, thanks for joining, and I'll post some pictures and some videos of the first test run after.